Guys, it's weird that I'm not able to see what you wrote. Anyway, I trust that you did it. We're gonna start checking exercises 1 and 2. The instruction was copy them in your notebook and answer. So let's check if you had the right answer. I'm gonna give you some, let's call it clues or help or hacks to solve it easily and better. I mean, that you have everything correct. The first step that I will add, well, it's not a first step. Let's call it like something you need to check before you even start with the first step. What you need to do is to see or identify the original decimal point of each number. In number 2, 3, and 5, you have it easily. Why? Because they're decimals, so they already have one decimal point. I'm just identifying it with blue, okay? Those are the original decimal points of the number. Now, number 1 and 4 are whole numbers. That means I'm not able to see their decimal point, the original decimal point, but I know for sure that whole numbers have their decimal point here and here. Why there? Why at the end? Because that decimal point doesn't change the value of the number. Once that I have done that, once that I have identified the original point, then I'm able to start. Remember that the first rule of scientific notation was place the decimal point after the first digit. The first digit from left to right, and that digit must not be 0. So in the first one, it goes here. In the second one, I have 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and then a 1. So that one will be my first digit. I place the decimal point there then. Then the second one, it's 0, 0, 0. 3 is my first digit. That is not 0. For 1, it goes here because that's the first digit from left to the right. And then number 5, it goes between the 7 and the 4. Why? Because that's the first digit. That's not 0. Now, let's complete the answers. I'm going to start writing the numbers. 2.004. Remember, you can skip writing all these zeros because they don't affect the number. They're zeros, so you can remove them. Then times 10, and now let's decide the exponent. Remember that if you move to the right, it will be positive. If I move to the left, it will be negative. Let's go back where you place the second decimal point, not the original one, the red one, the one of the rule, the scientific notation rule. So go there and start counting how many times you move that decimal point in order to reach the original one. Okay, let's start. Sorry, I marked this. Let's start counting. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I had to move it 7 times to the right. So that means my exponent is 7, and it is positive because I moved to the right. Second option. It is, I need to copy first before I even start. It's 1.07. Remember, you can skip the zeros because they don't change the number. Times 10. And then I go back to where I place the red point, which is the decimal point of scientific notation. And I need to move that red point into the original one, which is the blue one. So count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I had to move it 7 times, but I moved to the left. So now my exponent is negative. Yes? Third one, it is 3.5 times 10. And I do the same process. I go where I place the scientific notation decimal point, and I move to the original one. 1, 2, and 3. 3 times I moved and to the left, so it's negative. Next one is 6.48 times 10. And let's move the decimal point, the red one, to the original one, which is the blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 again. We're having a lot of 7s. And then last one will be 7.43 times 10. And then I go to the red point and move it to the original one. So 1, 2, 2, and I move to the left, so negative. And we're done with this. I hope you have them all correct. And if you didn't learn and you had everything incorrect, correct it and learn now. And then, second exercise. This is the easiest part. It says write it in a standard form. So what I just need to have in mind is the rule. If I move to the right, it's positive. If I move to the left, it is negative. So let's start. My point is here, and it tells me to move to the right because it is positive, and tells me to move nine places. So it will be 5.34. Remember, this point is going to be erased because I'm going to move it 9 times to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The point will be here now, and I just fill it with zeros. Remember that I don't want numbers to have double decimal points. The decimal points that was here now is erased. You have erased it. Oops, I erased everything. Okay. So let's go to the second one. The second one says 9.012 times 10 to the negative power of 6. I do the same thing. I notice that the exponent is negative, so I'm going to move to the left. How many times? Just 6. So let's write down the number. The number will be 9.01 and 2. And I'm going to move 6 spaces to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you are done. The decimal point is now here, and you fill with zeros. And that will be it. Next one is positive. The exponent is positive, and it's 5. So I move to the left, to the right 5 times. So 6.41, and I need to move 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I fill it with zeros, and now the decimal point here. Guys, if you don't want to write this decimal point and these decimal points, it's perfect. It doesn't change your result. Then the next one is negative, so I'm gonna move to the left 8 times. So it's oops, this is way too big. Sorry. So it will be 7.01, and I need to move to the left 8 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The decimal point now goes here, and I fill with zeros. Count the zeros that you're writing, because if you don't count properly, I'm gonna count it as a wrong answer. Then next one is negative again, and tells me to move 2 times to the left, so it will be 9.87, and I move it 1 and 2, so it will be like this. Hope you learned. Hope you had everything correct. Now it is time to do the work alone, and that one will be actually graded. Bye.